I noticed the other day you interviewed the reunion of the Godfather cast. Holy
cool
cow,
was that?
Matt!
Wow.
I mean,
we had De Niro, Pacino, Duvall, Khan, and Talia Shire. It was first of all, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. One or two, which one's better?
oh come on,
Come on.
I think it's two.
Two, one.
Yeah.
One.
Two.
Nothing beats the
I
original.
think Godfather 2 is
Really?
two.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, I went back and looked at 1 and 2. Do you remember that 2 is 3 hours and 20 minutes long? That is an epic.
Well, the issue is one has Brando and no De Niro, and
Right.
2 has De Niro and no Brando.
Exactly.
Have you ever seen when they're put together in chronological order? Have you ever
when
seen
they do
that
it
or
that way,
sat
I've
there?
never seen that version, but I've heard about it. It must be a great experience.
You need to commit, obviously,
Right.
A nice window of time, but yeah, I would have to go. 2 is just remarkable. The fact that we could say it's the greatest sequel of all time. You
by
could
far,
easily say
by far,
that.
and a lot of people do think it's better
Well,
than
Terminator 2.
Nice, Lawson.
There you go.
See,
Empire
Terminator
Strikes
Bad.
Back.
This
Sequel
is why they're told not to
Yeah.
speak to you.
This is
Best line from Godfather 1 is what?
Leave the guns, take the cannolis. Yeah.
Yeah?
Make him an offer he
Little
can't
obvious.
refuse.
All right, that's a good one. How about, look how they massacred my boy?
They massacred my boy. Look how they massacred my boy.
That's good.
That's not a bad one, right?
Pretty good.
It was such a fun thing. It really was.
You got to do this too. You got to
And
do this.
or the most underrated character in Godfather 1 is
Fredo.
No,
No.
it's Waltz, the movie mogul.
There you go.
You know,
That's good. Who gets the
when
horse?
he picks up the phone, Waltz is listening. Yeah, I'd always want to pick up a phone.
Yeah.
Just one time. Eisen is listening. What it must take to do that. And
What
then,
a scene. Remember? Oh, my God. Back in the day when that came out, that was shocking.
yeah, and you tell your father, I ain't no band leader. Like that whole thing, and then they kind of get him.
Didn't work out well
With
for the
Khartoum
horse.
in the bed.
Yeah.
Not good.
Bad.
But that must have been, I
was
mean,
great,
where does
eh?
that rank for you, Matt?
You know,
I mean,
it's interesting, Rich, because I've had a chance to do a bunch of those kind of ensemble things, not only with movies, but I got to interview all the Rolling Stones together, and to sit across from those guys they were my musical icons when I was growing up. I interviewed Led Zeppelin -1. But those types of things, yeah, they stick with you.
I saw that picture because they also, I guess they got here they were all here for the Tribeca Film Festival.
Right.
And also on stage, Diane Keaton and Coppola.
Francis Ford Coppola. I couldn't get Coppola to do it. I don't know why. I think
wouldn't
was
sit down?
Well, because we did this just before the Tribeca event, and I think he was worried it was going to become a very long day. And I'm a huge Coppola fan. Interesting, I'm looking at the picture. Interesting, and it came out in the interview that Coppola didn't want his sister to be in the movie because he thought he was going to get fired from the movie. Number one. And didn't want her to be present as he went through that kind of torture at the hands of the studio.
Right.
Didn't want Al Pacino, the studio didn't want Al Pacino to be Michael.
Wasn't James Caan supposed to be?
Apparently for a hiccup, for a moment.
Michael?
The way De Niro tells it and Caan tells it, they all basically auditioned for Michael. He said half the actors in Hollywood auditioned to be Michael, and Pacino got it.
And then, I mean, seriously, so De Niro is also in all the Scorsese movies as well.
Yeah.
I mean, and John Casale, who played Fredo.
Right. Broke my heart.
He could also, while we're on the subject, one of the greatest short filmographies of an actor of all time.
And you know what some of the other actors say on the set of The Godfather? They all learned from him, that he was apparently a master and that he had this incredible way of mastering a script and the lines and a character. And he was someone that they actually looked to learn the art of acting.
Because he was in The Deer Hunter, and he was also in a movie called The Conversation with Gene Hackman,
absolutely.
which was another Coppola movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Good on movies.
a
You're a
nut
movie
like
nut,
this sort
yeah.
of thing.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.
If you like that, download our app. Please, just if it's a memory thing, just delete other apps. You don't need those apps. This app, the Rich Eisen Show app, you need that.